Hi, I'm Ron Berger. I'm Chief Academic Officer for EL Education. We used to be called Expeditionary Learning. We're a national nonprofit that works with about 150 public schools around the country as a partner and an education model. And we provide free and open resources for educators globally to support teachers and school leaders everywhere. My particular passion is around the quality of student work that happens in schools. And it would seem like that would be a normal thing for people to be obsessed about, but I don't find that it is often the normal obsession. When a student finishes her school and goes on to her adult life, she will be judged for the whole rest of her life, not by standardized test scores, but by two things: the quality of her character and the quality of her work. But for some reason, we don't focus in school on really supporting kids to do beautiful, valuable, important work. And I think, imagine what school would be if the focus of school was not test scores, was not preparation for grades, but it was creating work that's meaningful, valuable, beautiful, important work. And when I use the word beautiful work, I don't just mean beautiful aesthetically. I mean beautiful mathematical work, beautiful scientific work, beautiful work in history, in language, in every field. And also acts of kindness and consequence in the world, work that matters in the world. So acts of beauty and work of beauty. So I've spent 40 years in education collecting models of what beautiful student work can look like. I spent the last 25 years traveling around the country with a big black suitcase of incredible, powerful student work. And I've spent the last 10 years working. I also teach a class at Harvard Graduate School of Education, and with my colleague Steve Seidel there, we teach a course based on beautiful, high-quality, important student work. And we've built a website with all of those models of student work that are free and downloadable so that teachers can work from models. Kids can be inspired by what can kids in 3rd grade do right now? What can kids in 10th grade do that's important and powerful? The work that really matters to me is work that's of high quality from an academic point of view and also contributes in some way to a better world. And so kids enter that work with a passion. They enter that work wanting to contribute something of beauty, whether that beauty is transforming their community in an important way or whether it's just offering a poem or a song that adds some aesthetic beauty to the community that they live in or work in. It's still that they are getting smart to contribute something to the world. It's not just for their self-edification, it's not for their personal advancement, they're getting smart so they can do something that matters in the world. So let me just give a couple examples. We had students in Dubuque, Iowa, who, in studying World War II, went out and interviewed local World War II veterans to take their stories as oral histories and publish them in a book that would honor their service to America. And it was at a time when World War II veterans were getting fewer and fewer. They worked with the local VFW and with local people to publish a beautiful, glossy, professional book that honored the stories of those World War II veterans. They learned the World War II history more than kids in any regular school would, but it was in service of honoring people locally. And when that book was published, I was able to bring that book to other schools. And so students in Portland, Maine then took that idea and they went out and interviewed people that had worked in the civil rights movement, that lived in Portland, that were unsung, unheralded heroes of the movement, and created a book to honor them. That book is now in the Civil Rights Collection of the state of Maine, done entirely by students. Those students then inspired kids in Chicago 2 years ago to create a book that honored people working for peace and to end gun violence in their community, honoring those people through photographs and through their life stories, fighting all the issues in their city to create a peaceful environment in the city. And simultaneously, those kids worked to create a day of peace, which they aspired to do throughout the entire city of Chicago, sort of a ceasefire of gun violence in the city. And these were middle school students doing that work. So those stories are inspiring conceptually, but we also have the actual work that kids did, the interviews they did, the writing they did, the photography they did, the book layout they did. So kids in other schools can see the work we do in school can matter in the world. And we found that that kind of work changes the vision and passion of kids in school. We have a number of high schools in low-income communities where for almost a decade, every single graduate has gotten into college. And these are public schools in low-income communities, mostly students of color, where comparable schools are not even graduating more than 60% of their students. And these kids are 98% of them graduating on time, 100% of them getting accepted into college. And people often feel like there's a trick, like what's the trick you do that keeps those kids on track? And it's no trick. It's their commitment to creating beautiful, important work, to using their knowledge and their learning to contribute to their community in a way that their parents are proud, their community is proud, and it's crafting things of quality. It's doing scientific studies, historical studies, creating products that matter in the world. And so my work now is trying to spread that idea around the country, trying to help schools of all types, of all grades of kids, from preschool up to 12th grade, create work that matters in the world, and that kids can be inspired to say, I was a part of this, I did something that mattered, and it changes their whole sense of mission for their education.